question, internet. Hands up if you've got 5 effects pedals. Maybe 10, maybe 15? I know, it's not enough, right? Well, I'm here to help you. I'm the internet's Rob Chapman, and today we're going to be unboxing a whole new line of Gamma effects pedals. Let's get coffee. I've demonstrated hundreds of pedals with Lee and all over the place, but I've never done a whole line before. For me, this is a completely new experience. What I'm wanting to do today is see how they combine together to create interesting effects. Individual pedals are really fun. I've got a lot of pedals, I've tried them, tried a lot of them, but to combine them is where that's where the magic kind of happens, do you know what I mean? So the first one is the Narcissus Warm Delay. Echoes, time, level. It feels like something super solid made of metal. There's no plastic or rubber anywhere. Non-latching switches, which I really enjoy. And I know that the entire line is buffered, so there'll be no signal loss whatsoever. It warms itself up as it decays, gets out of the way of new stuff you plays. And it's got this beautiful, natural sounding warmth to it. I really like this one. A lot more time and a lot less level. The Bacchus is a dynamic driver. Oh, look how beautiful this red is in this Mediterranean sunshine. What do you think? It's a whole new line of pedals. Does the universe need another whole new line of pedals? Maybe it does. We'll find out. It's got a fat switch. I wish I could turn mine off. Level, tone, drive. What else do you need? Even this bag is high quality. I wasn't expecting that. It's really natural sounding. This really is, the back of the box bump was like valve-like. It is really valve-like. It's got that familiar growl that you get from winding up like a Vox AC kind of vibe. More drive, more tone, everything else good. It's a really nice sounding effect. It's got this natural, crunchy, warm vibe, working great with the valve amp. I highly recommend you try the Bacchus. Let's try making it fat. So the Eros is a clean chorus. Patrick over at Gamma Acoustic Control Corporation told me that he feels this pedal is a leave it always on type vibe. Now I know what he means. There's something about chorus where if you blend it just a little bit, it thickens a signal. You don't need it to be a chorus effect to be a super cool thing. You can have it with a low amount of level, quite a bit of depth, and hardly any speed, and it will do this thickening thing. A lot of old metal bands use that trick. Eros time, clean chorus in the effects loop where I always leave it. I know Patrick has it permanently on. I'm curious to see what it's like this. It's a crispy, crispy chorus. I think I want to use a lot more of the effect though for the kind of thing I like. I guess it's 2 o'clock, Adrian. That means it's time for the Hades. The Hades, metal distortion. I am very curious to know if it does as good of a job as some of the other things in my possession. Look how beautiful this is, especially against this shrub. And by the way, all of these pedals operate either when you plug in your 9-volt DC or on a battery, and I believe the majority of these will run for 50 hours on a battery. As soon as I switched on the Hades, I immediately instinctively knew that with the Atlas, that the EQ, the tones mix marry so perfectly. What you get is this beautiful preamp sound. And I've just dialed it in. I wasn't even thinking about demonstration. I'm thinking about me. I've dialed in a really nice sounding preamp sound. Check this out. It's, you know, classic metal 80s, the kind of stuff I love. Anyway, off with the Atlas, sorry, back to me doing my job. Everything again is central, but I'm boosting the level right up. There's a lot there, super Metallica, like that school of land, of place, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've super scooped the mids, getting ready for a pizza, to be honest with you. Let me bring in more of the mids and give you more of the drive. Reverb, delay, less drive. I'm in control of the camera and it's terrifying because I'm awful. How do you get the red thing? Oh, I see it, I see it, I see it.
It's in focus.
No, I can see it now. It's good.
Now I'm out of focus.
Atlas, one of the Titans from Greek mythology. I think he was also supposed to be the inventor of astronomy. All of this is probably completely wrong, but let me know if you care when you see this beautiful Atlas pedal. It's got a boosted or normal switch. I happen to know from talking to Patrick and Carl that this adds thickening and brightening. So it's doing both ends for you. It's got tone level, it's got drive, it's exactly what you know it is, non-latching and a boosted through. Acoustic Control Corporation. I'm excited to try this out. The Atlas. Let's just remind ourselves where we came from. You don't need any more gain than that, but it's got it if you want it. Brighten, less level, more drive. This pedal sparks joy. I recommend you get one. They're really good. Let's try the boost switch. Cumulus or Cumulus? It's Cumulus, isn't it? It's a Cumulus. Yeah, I think so. Okay, Cumulus. It's a three-way reverb. It's absolutely beautiful. It's got studio, spring, plate. I happen to know, again, from talking to Carl and Patrick, that the plate has the longest trails. I'm really excited to try this out. I think it looks beautiful. It also looks, I have to say, indestructible. But anyway, enough chat. Let's tweak it a little bit more level. Mix, less decay, brighter tone. Let's try the spring setting. I'm going to centralize everything again, see how that sounds. So plate has the longest tails. Let's see how that is centralized first of all. We'll give it more mix just to see what it's like, and long decay for fun. Wow, that's kind of cool. The Atlas is less like an overdrive pedal and more like another amp channel. It's transparent, it's tube-like, and when I stepped on it, what I really felt like was the amp had a secondary life. So you can dial in tons and tons of drive, but it feels like it's part of the amplifier rather than separate from the amp. Do you know what I mean? I'm just going to say this, it's like the one that you're really familiar with, but better. It's got a ton more depth than the one you're used to has, so it's you don't have to gun it to actually be able to hear it at all. It's really in that mix. If you want those kind of Zakk Wylde, swirly, kind of screaming type vibes, this is going to give it to you. When you start playing with the speed and the level, you get some Soundgarden goodness going on. It's really cool, check it out. I love this for lead tones, and I know it's the dynamic driver. Gamma are really talking about how dynamic this is. It really is. You roll off, it's super crispy clean. Bring it in, it's a saturated, thick, fat thing. I think the Narcissus might be my favorite of all of these pedals, and that might take you by surprise because I'm a drive guy, but actually this sounds so beautiful. You can get 25 milliseconds out of it and get that kind of bathroom, almost delay kind of vibe, or 600 milliseconds, which is just enough for screaming 80s lead type stuff, ambience, swirly mushroom type things. It's a beautiful pedal, man. You got to try it. The way it darkens, bucket brigade style, as it cascades on. It's really nice. Try it out. I think you're going to like it. The Cloudy Cumulus. Okay, studio, spring, plate, they're all great. But what I forgot to tell you is that if you put it on maximum mix, it's fully wet. That's an experience. You have to try it out. It's like playing with 100% effect. And you hear the after effect of your playing. It's a beautiful thing to try. You should check it out. Check out the Cumulus. The Hades. It's got so much mid-scoop that it's bringing the souls of your vanquished enemies back to life. It's incredible. It is a little bit like the pedal you're thinking of. Yes, that one. But it's more than that pedal. You bring in the drive, back off the level, back off the treble, bring in a bit more mid than you think you need, but back off the bass. And you're in a beautiful sweet spot for lead tones. But then kind of do the reverse of that. Add in, take away some of that mid, back off some of that gain. Thank you for my fries. And you get a beautiful crunchy Metallica tone. I love this to pieces, it's really fun. Especially blending it with the Atlas. You have really interesting, unique characteristics. I hope you've enjoyed this. Welcome to Malta again. Please fly over at some point and say hi, come for a coffee. I've been Rob Chapman. These have been the Gamma pedals, and they're available at some point very soon. If you want to know more about them, visit the links in the description box, or the show more box we call it, below. Take it easy. Chappers out.